All right, 12 to 4 is in the house. I'm gonna pass it over. You guys have missed a lot of action. Oh, the name of that sponge before I go was Abysso Claudia Bruni. So that first word is spelled Abyssocladia. And then that second word is Bruni. Abysso Claudia Bruni. All right, I'm going to bed, but we will see you guys tomorrow. Brian's going to take over. Good night or good morning, wherever you are.
Good morning, everyone. Lily sent him back on as nav.
Morning, Lily.
Hi, Brian. Oh, I have lots of notes. Never mind, those aren't notes.
Lily, do you have a depth for us right now?
Our current depth is 718 meters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know. It is.
Twelve to 4 watch. Here we go.
Let's do it.
So we're keeping the benders on? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was just double checking that we're still in that mode. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet.
I don't know what's up with this slurp, but it's hard to tell when the direction of the carpet is indexed.
Yeah. Agreed.
We're heading south-ish, it looks like.
Southish is my favorite direction.
190, how about? I know, right? Yeah, I'll get the... What is going on with that rock?
Isn't that going to go off slope if I go starboard?
Yeah, apparently our contours.
Okay. 175. Yes. All right.
Thanks to all our viewers joining us from everywhere. US, UK, New Zealand, Germany, Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, and loading screen.
That's my favorite place.
It is. It's beautiful. I used to summer there as a child.
Come again.
Loading
Loading
screen?
screen.
Oh.
I spent a lot of time at loading screen. It's especially frustrating when you forgot to save.
Germany, Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, Spain, Canada, Austria, Slovakia, Portugal, Puerto Rico, Malaysia, Luxembourg, Italy, Israel, Ireland, Denmark, Belgium, Barbados, and Australia. We are global.
Good morning.
Hi, Peyton.
Hey.
Morning, Peyton.
All right. So we are actually we have got a lot of samples.
Really? That's exciting.
Yeah, we've got, there's like 4 in the forward bio box alone.
Wow.
There's only 3 open spaces right now in starboard bio box. So we're gonna have to rein in our sampling just a little bit.
Aw, man.
Just a teens.
Well, we are the last watch.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's good the other watches took their chance.
They
Yeah.
had their chance.
Whatever Hana wants, Hana gets.
It's good that
Mine
we
is
got,
not up yet.
Oh. We'll see her soon.
we got 4 hours to get 3 samples.
Yeah, so there's so we have located an anemone and a carnivorous sponge.
Sweet.
Sweet.
So the one thing that we're still looking for is an Anthomastus species, which is a octocoral. It's basically like a very large pink stalks. So if anyone sees a coral with like bright pink large polyps, then that's going to be our target. And we're going to want to grab one of those.
Got it.
Yeah.
But like, what's your basis of that? Oh.
Hey, can I reset?
Yes, you can.
It's a pretty cool formation right there. To the, about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
With the hollow
Yeah.
Yeah.
rock
It
thing?
wants to be a hole, but no.
It wants to. It's trying. It's trying. Any Rick and Morty fans out there?
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty.
Mr. Macy's.
I'm going through the science log, and there's just one comment that says eel in the science chat.
That's all it says.
Just
Eel.
eel.
Did we sample an eel, or are
I'm not really sure.
they just
Oh,
saying?
no, we didn't sample an eel. No.
There's a little something or other.
That was
Yeah, at the bottom.
another anemone.
Anemone? It's a really
Oh, there's
cool
2 of
rock.
them.
And there's another one underneath. And
Can we get a zoom on these?
Go for zoom.
just looks like it's spilled out.
There's 2 there.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
one,
I
two,
just want to get
three,
a
4.
good view of them in their environment. We're
How's
probably
that,
not going to.
Peyton?
Thank you. Perfect. We're probably not going to be able to sample these, but at least we can get some good grabs of this area.
There's one with both in it.
Yep.
There's 4 in there. See the 2
Wow.
tiny ones above the lasers?
There's
Oh, there
2
are 2 tiny
below
ones.
as well.
Oh, is that the ones you were talking about, Brian?
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's some right above the
5,
laser.
6 total.
Okay, 6 small anemones on
Wow.
the rock.
7?
There's a bunch.
Nope, 6. Fish!
Oh, there's a
Oh.
fish.
Hey,
Hey, Red Tail. Where you going?
is that a lava tube?
What is that?
Like,
That's a
the rock to the left looks like a... Oh,
Other left.
your other left.
But there was a fish over
You
there.
just knew the fish
Oh.
was there.
Like,
It's
that
hanging
one
out.
looks like a pill bug or a roly-poly. It just has like layers of overlapping rock material.
It's cool how you can kind of see how the lava just came out extruded.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Some cool pillow lava.
Mhm.
We should motor over there now then. It's 1500, you said? Yeah. And what's the rule on tow mode here? 0.7? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so someone had an article open about hydrothermal vents, and I just learned about green sulfur bacteria
Yeah.
that basically, instead of using sunlight, use radioactive glow emitted by geothermally heated rock as a source of light energy.
They use infrared radiation?
Yeah, or I don't know if it's infrared. It's radioactive glow.
Radioactive.
Yeah. So they have chlorosomes, which are like chloroplasts, but like really, really light efficient. That's kind of neat.
Do it.
What are we doing?
We're gonna try it. We need to try and hit the far plume on the other side of the mound.
The one we discovered when we were mapping?
Yeah, so we're gonna spend about a half an hour. So right now, me and the pilots are gonna try and make it to the top of this mound to look around for a few minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then we gotta lift off and tow across the entire seamound. So we have about half an hour of exploration. So let's do this.
Alright.
It's 1,500 meters, actually. 1,500 meters,
How
yep.
long will it take us to tow that far?
That is...
A period of time?
A period of time. Just over an hour. Yeah,
What if we go out
it's
and
just
put
about an hour, actually.
paint flames on the side of the Nautilus? Will we get there faster?
Speed.
Maybe a nice
47.
racing stripe?
Distance. It's like the 4th down.
Peyton, how you guys doing back there?
Oh.
Right now it's just me, but I'm
Alright.
doing all right.
Yeah, like 40 minutes.
Okay.
Is that the transit time to the plume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This pillow lava is really cool.
Yeah.
Let me just stop saying the word pillow so much, and just after midnight.
It's technically morning, right?
It is. Happy August, everybody.
Oh, it is August now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that.
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
Imagine a world where it's August. That's this world.
I mean, we've been in this world for 11 hours.
We've been in August.
Well, that's in UTC time. In
We're operating
local
in
time,
UTC
it's been
time.
12 minutes.
That's valid. But
Semantics argument. Ready?
we
Go.
are also the last to reach August, right? So now officially everyone is in August.
Yeah.
Yep. The edge of time.
We are on the edge of tomorrow is
Last
what
but
that
not
book
least.
said.
Just
Just east of tomorrow.
So cool. So for everybody joining us, we are directly above the Vailulu Seamount in the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa. And this seamount is the only volcanically active one in American Samoa. So pretty cool. Very unique. We've done lots of sampling of sediment and bacteria and other extremophiles. And then Peyton, you said we got an anemone too?
One sec. We've gotten an anemone and one of the carnivorous sponges.
Yes. So we picked up some souvenirs for science.
For science. Come on, Argus.
These rocks are at least really cool to look at.
I know.
Also
for sure.
different. Lava. So this is still an active volcano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little jelly in the right side of the mono.
When was the last
Herc
time?
or Argus?
Do we know when was the last
Herc.
time it erupted?
Dead center right now.
I don't know.
Is that a fact? Do we know?
Hana might know when she gets up here.
Oh, yeah. She is full of all the knowledge.
She is our
They said
Samoan sanctuary expert.
2017, there was still
There's another
active
anemone.
plume. And I guess visibility
Rich
was so
nab,
bad
another
they
step.
couldn't check much out.
When was this?
2017 when Okeanos dove.
Did the other watch see any bubble plumes or anything, do you know?
Not that I know of.
There were a few little bubble streams in the dinner watch, so the 4 to 8 watch, and I have no clue what happened in the 8 to 12 watch. There we go. Argus is coming along.
It thinks it can. It thinks it can.
A little shrimp.
Hana's back.
Good
Yay.
morning, Hana.
Hey, Hana.
Hey guys, sorry for the delay.
We have so many
problem.
questions. I have so many questions.
So real quick, game plan for the rest of the dive. We're gonna try to find another biological sample.
Okay.
Anthomastus species. There was an
Yeah.
attempt previously to grab a sample but was unsuccessful.
Did they mark where that was?
Where the attempt was?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure where
Got
that
it.
was. So the thought out plan is to kind of check around this area where we're at for this biological sample, say for about the next 35 minutes or so, and then head over to the second active plume area
Yes.
and kind of just check that out for the remainder of the dive. It'll take us about 45 minutes.
Anemone on that
If you
rock.
can confirm that, Lily, to get over there.
Yes, it should be
35, 40 minutes?
35, 40 minutes.
Okay. And then, so then that'll give us like the last hour to check it out over there before having to come up.
All right, and
I
then
have questions about that time frame and whether that chart takes into account settling out and ramping up.
That's what I was wondering.
Good question. So yeah, we'll just
I
kind of
believe it-
search here for any biology real quick. And
Yep.
sorry, Lily, go ahead.
I don't believe it does, so we should allot probably 10 minutes on either end.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
So just as a,
So
just a heads up, it's not going to be like, exactly
Yeah.
whatever that chart says plus, because we got to come down out of tow mode
Okay,
and
gotcha.
do a bottom approach once we get there, right, and let everything settle out.
Okay.
Yeah.
anyone see any pink polyps anywhere?
Nope.
Keep an eye out.
I saw some anemones.
Just something to keep in mind for when you're doing
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to.
calculations, because I know this is, we're trying to get on deck at 4. So.
Yeah.
We're on deck at 4?
on deck at
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Closing it out again. So we were looking for the Anthomastus and what else?
Pretty much just that. There is also one more, Coromorphidae, which is like a very long-stalked anemone-like creature. I don't know very much about it, so I'm gonna go do a little research.
Did Suna mention that one?
Yes.
Oh, she did. To sample. Okay.
But probably Anthomastus as the priority.
Yeah.
Is it Anthomastus or Anthomantis?
Anthomastus.
Mastus.
Man.
And what's the depth over at the other side of the caldera?
Let's see. This one, it should be plan.
Cool.
Type plan.
Thank you.
Wait, you want me to check that? Type plan or hype survey?
It's one or the other.
It's survey.
It's survey, thank you.
No prob.
Are Anthomastus found in, I guess, any specific locations or areas in a place like this? Because this is kind of a unique locale, a little dynamic.
Not that I know of. If there's a specific
It should be
preference
about 600
for where it
meters.
likes to live.
Okay.
So we're just
650.
gonna keep an eye out. They're kind of
All right, so we want to come up to around 500
pink in
meters
color.
Yeah.
to do our tow.
They're pretty small though.
Yeah, they don't look very big.
Are we
No.
going to be able to get closer to the rocks to look?
We should be able to see it if we run into it, I would imagine.
It doesn't look like there's many pink things to confuse it with.
Yeah, doesn't look
Oh.
like there's much of anything.
Hey, there's something at like 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Bottom of the
Those
screen.
Anemones?
I think it's an anemone. Could we get
Yeah.
a zoom on it? Thank you. 2 anemones.
Three.
Three.
4,
Three?
5.
4?
We
Yeah,
have the
five.
tiny ones.
Oh, there is 5. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Ah, I see.
Oh.
Hannah, do you know when the last time this volcano erupted?
I'm not sure the exact time when it last erupted. I just know that there was active plumes in 2017. I cannot remember, but I can look and get back to you.
Roger that. Hey, Peyton.
Yes.
Do you know if they were able to get any samples in the sample jar? And if they
In
did,
the sample jars?
which ones? Yeah, I'm just curious.
2 is the only one that I know of.
That they used?
And we used it on dinner relief.
Wait, sorry, are you asking about the slope jars?
Yeah, I was curious which ones were used. They had samples in.
1 through 5. I'm going to go off SPL just for a sec.
Okay. Right, but I was just wondering what jars. Okay.
It says the last eruption is 2003. Discovered in 1975.
I'm going to take this for a sec.
Seamount is site with common earthquakes and otherwise. Seismic swarms in 73 and 95. Earthquake swarm in 2000.
Yeah.
What was in 2000?
Well, then another earthquake swarm from this area.
So it's going to take, yeah, I would give it a good hour buffer just for us ramping up and settling down.
The last eruption was around 2001, 2004.
Cool. Thanks, Brian.
Checking.
What was the statistics you told me earlier about how much it's risen? Right? Because you said in like the early 2000s it was 1,000 meters down or something.
Yeah, and it's continued to rise, but the interesting part is, this is a very dynamic area, so as things continue to happen, that goes up and goes down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I
that's like 500 meters or so in the last 20 years.
estimated like 600 meters, but I'm trying to get a more finite number. Yes. Yeah.
We have B through D on starboard bio box, which are all small containers. We could, like the smaller ones? Like actual size? I think it's like...
I am not seeing any of that Anthomastus.
Maybe. I really need to have number or write down dimensions for the boxes. I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
They're not that enormously large. Like a hand's width by less than a hand's width. Right? Hand's length. It's not like the outside ones.
I don't see a lot in terms of dimensions.
In terms of what?
I don't see a lot online in terms of dimensions, but they're definitely don't seem particularly big. So folks at home, help us find some pink coral.
So far, just some anemones.
Yep. We've been down since, what, we started dive at 3 p.m. yesterday? And we'll go for about 3.5 more hours. Well, we'll be on deck on 3.5 hours, so. We'll have to factor in our time to ascend. And we're about 700 meters deep right now.
714.
14. And then after this, we go to Rose Atoll.
That may be changing.
Or not. It's a great part about working on a ship. You gotta go with the flow.
Where are we going instead?
It would be Ofo saying,
Okay,
I'm going to make that decision very soon here.
got it.
We trust you, fearless leader. So folks, what you're seeing is a lot of lava pillow, or pillow lava, excuse me. And that is formed whenever you have lava extruding underwater.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like the rock kind of weaving together.
Oh, yeah. It's like an elephant. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
looks like an elephant walking. That's
Oh,
so
that
cool.
totally does.
Named this Elephant Rock. It just became a thing.
Put in a target. I'm just kidding. Mark it.
The elephant
It'll be
rock.
moving because it's walking. So
It's
it'll be in a
walking.
different place when we come back.
So cool.
All right, let's come up.
Coming up.
And you got the ship started, or about to.
So, yeah, no one. Okay.
So I'm gonna face west. All right, I'm going off SPO.
And I don't think you're on SPO.
There's no timestamp, I believe, we can add to the feed, but the lag between what you see in online and what we're doing is seconds. It's not that long at all.
I think the max it can be is a couple minutes if your internet's slow,
Yeah.
and depending on your ISP and all that. Because my house was like 45 seconds
Yeah.
when I timed it. I think. When I waved at my family.
Hey, Scopazzi's, if you're watching.
Well, I don't know, what time is it there?
Out there on the West Coast.
It's going to be about
A little
4
too early
a.m.
for the West Coast.
Yeah, 4:30 a.m.
Hey, you're Anthony. I'm sure they got up and listened to your voice. The viewers agree that is definitely, or was definitely, an elephant-shaped rock.
Totally was. I like the very nice map Lily's got up. Looks really pretty.
It is very pretty.
Yeah.
It's also in Channel 3.
Yeah. We're heading to the, what's it called? Plume WC.
Is it cough?
I think it says that. No, rough.
Oh, rough.
Plume WC rough. That's where we're
Plume
currently going
WC.
to tow the ROVs. So we're towing almost all the way across the seamount here.
Yeah, we've got a ways to go. But it will be worth it.
We're going to explore some bubbles. that we're seeing on sonar.
So thanks for joining along. If you have any questions, feel free to send them our way. I'd be happy to answer them, especially during our transit time. Greetings to our Bulgarian viewer in Luxembourg and Sri Lanka. Oh, lots of different places.
There is a ball in porch cam.
There's a what?
A ball. I think it was an anemone, but like, or not an anemone, a jellyfish, but it just disappeared.
Here I was thinking we were gonna shoot some hoops,
Ship's
Peyton.
going.
You got my hopes up.
$11:30.
So Lily, how high do we have to go in tow mode?
We have to be far enough off the bottom to ensure we don't hit anything. So for this instance, we started around 700 meters, and we just came 50 meters up, and we're mostly going over like 900 meter terrain, but where the plume is, it's gonna come back up past 600 to around 600. So we're gonna be towing around 500,
Okay.
just to ensure we don't hit anything, because that would be bad.
Agreed. It is 12:35 American Samoa time in the morning, and we are happy that you've joined us. We are towing to a new location on Novailulu, which through sonar and the multi-beam mapping showed to have a plume of bubbles, and we're hoping to be able to explore that area. And Hana, correct me if I'm wrong, this part that we're going to has not been, Okeanos didn't go to. Thanks to our viewers for typing in questions. We actually have 3 watch shifts. So you are joining the 12 to 4 watch. We're on midnight to 4 a.m. and noon to 4.
The Benthic buddies.
Benthic buddies. And then we have 4 to 8 and 8 to 12.
Blue water buddies
Blue water buddies for now.
for the next 40 minutes or so.
So Peyton, I'm gonna need you to draw a logo for the benthic buddies.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Peyton is not currently on,
Oh.
so
Oh.
Well,
we'll remind him
it's ready. Yeah. Got a
when
list
he
going.
tunes back in. Got a list.
Tasks.
Science is doing stuff.
Scientist busy being scientist. Why is Rennie awake?
So it was going to be about, did you say 40 minute-ish tow?
Yeah.
Woo.
So a reviewer who missed most of our dive so far, we're going to be diving up until about 4 a.m. local time. So
The next.
got about an hour, 20 minutes, but with time to ascend, it's what, minus
Minus
an
half.
hour, half an hour?
How long is ascent?
Depends how deep our
600 feet will be at. Like
What do we ascend at?
30 meters per minute. It's like 30 minutes. Give it.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we have another 3 hours or so.
That was a creepy voice. What the- Oh, he's back.
He's back.
I'm back and I'm in the back row now.
Back row, buddy. You got anybody else back there? Or are you solo?
Peyton's back here.
Peyton's back there hanging out.
Hey.
So,
What was this?
I have a
Rennie, we have some
sandwich.
questions coming in about explaining sonar and synthetic apertures.
Well,
And we have 40 minutes to talk about it.
How convenient.
Go.
So, if there was an
Wow,
in-depth
that-
explanation about,
about multi-beams. You want me to do my multi-beam sonar explanation?
yeah,
Synthetic aperture.
I
is
actually don't
so
know if
cool.
I have time to do that.
what,
Yeah.
Professor?
Hana is about to come back.
So you're gonna be kicked out. Gonna
Well,
get in trouble.
we're discussing the options for tomorrow's dive and or ASV plan. So
Ooh.
wouldn't want to be in the middle of my speech there.
And have to
That's
leave
alright.
us hanging.
Oh.
We'll take some greatness as opposed to no greatness.
That desperate, huh?
So I guess like
You could fuel our fire.
one question I would have, and I guess that would go for both Lily and Renato, is how closely are we, like how precisely are we able to identify plumes based on just their bubbles?
Well, we can.
They need to have bubbles to begin with.
Right, yeah. So the sonar kind of hits gas and rings back with a strong intensity, and so we can identify them. And so we can identify them in the water column, kind of streaming upwards.
Because sound can't really travel through air the same way it travels through water.
Right. The problem is tracing those plumes down to the seafloor can be difficult.
Depends on its sound speed profile.
A lot of it has to do with just the bubbles seem to. We can see them better in the water column than closer to the surface. Closer to the surface, it's kind of it may be diffuse, which is kind of what happened last at the last site.
Yeah.
Just here in the crater, it was more diffuse. So. But yeah, it depends. So the last one I got a I picked a location based on the water column data, and it was 60 meters off from that, which is, I don't think that that's so bad.
Okay.
And
We'll
that's
take
at
it.
that was at 800 meters depth.
So how do the bubbles appear on multi-beam? What do they look like?
They just show up as a brighter return, so just sound going through water, unless it's bouncing off something, you're not going to get any kind of return. So if it bounces off of fish, there's a biological layer usually, or bubbles, yeah, it just returns pretty bright.
But it's pretty easy to tell it's not any type of geologic formation or anything like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't be that bright.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the morphology of it too, just the way it looks. It's clear that there's something coming up from the seafloor.
Also, is it possible that like there are bubbles closer to the seafloor and then it's reabsorbed into the water column because of the change of pressure up higher?
Yes. So some of the stuff that we've done in the past is looking at what happens to, say, methane seeps that does that methane ever reach the atmosphere?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on depth, etc. But that's kind of a big hot topic right now because of the the addition of methane into the atmosphere as a greenhouse gas.
Right.
Yeah.
So knowing how much is being naturally emitted, but methane can be stored as a hydrate, so as an ice, depending on pressure and temperature. So if sea temperatures rise a little bit, it's potential that deeper stores of methane hydrate could be released into its gas form. But then there's a question on whether or not it's reaching the surface.
Right.
So if you're on channel 3, you are viewing our back row, including Hannah, Peyton, and Bobby Argus Sr.
Renato's true title.
How far that you had? No. Thanks. It's not even mine.
We are currently continuing on to another potential plume site on Vailulu. We're being towed right now, and probably got maybe 25 more minutes, 30 more minutes of this in order for us to dive back down. And then we'll be diving until about 3:30 or so local time, where we'll ascend, get back on deck, and get going to wherever our next location might be.
Yes.
If you're playing along at home, we are looking for
okay, that's where we're going.
Anthomastus coral.
Yeah. Thank you for checking. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna switch this one too. Is that okay? What? Don't forget to switch it back.
Yeah, just don't forget to switch it back. Okay.
When
When we get there.
in the background of this, I know. You're asking the wrong person.
What's that?
That
To
sounds
what?
about right.
Oh, you can load maps in there.
I might need a certain type of file that...
And you need to have the origins matched up and all that other nav stuff.
All the other nav stuff. That sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah, you gotta. They have to specify the corner. I think it's the northwest and southeast corner to get the map to line up correctly. I think.
That sounds right.
So for the viewer asking about in Channel 4 actually isn't made here. It's propagated from University of Rhode Island, and that typically shows our location and path, where we're going. If you want to see that, you can see it in Channel 3 now, which give you a bit more detailed view. You can see that multi-beam sonar map that was created by Okeanos in 2017. And we are heading over to the right side of that image that says Plume WC Rough. So we still have a little bit of ways, but we're making progress.
So we're right here where
Yep.
the ship is. I'm pointing to it. Looks like we still have a good amount to go. Yep, a good amount to go.
1,300 meters,
Yep.
52 minutes target time.
Who's got jokes? Joke?
I have a joke.
Here we go.
Ready for this?
All right,
We're
I'm
ready.
ready.
This is a Mike joke, so I have to give him credit for it. So, it's about these two kids. They're in high school, and it's their senior year of high school, and you know, they do the whole promposal thing. They do the whole promposal thing, which I guess is a thing now. It wasn't when I was in high school. But it's all cute and romantic, and so they decide to go to prom together. So first, the guy goes, and he goes to the tux shop to get his tux because he wants to be rent a tux. He wants to be looking fancy. But you know, he happens to go the same time everyone else is at the tux shop. So he ends up in line just waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally he gets his tux, sorry. And then the girl, she decides to go get a new dress for it. But unfortunately, she also goes at the same time that everyone at her school is also shopping for a dress. So she ends up waiting and waiting and waiting in the dress line. And then together they decide that they want to go get a corsage and a boutonniere. So they end up at the flower shop. But again, everyone's there, so they have to wait and wait and wait in order to get their flowers to look all handsome and beautiful for prom. They also end up at the limo rental store.
I didn't know that was a store.
I think it's a store. I don't know. How
It's
does
next to
this thing
Walmart.
work? It's a Walmart.
It's a Walmart.
But it's very crowded at this store, so they're just waiting and waiting and waiting until finally they can reserve their limo. So finally prom day comes around. No, they have to get their tickets before prom comes around. So it's the week before prom, and they're going to buy their tickets. But everyone in school, it's like right when it opens. So everyone in school is there. So they have to wait and wait and wait until finally they can get their tickets. And then prom day comes around, and they get to the front door, and they have their tickets. They're all dressed up in their cute little outfits. But everyone else is arriving right on time, exact time they are. So they end up waiting and waiting and waiting in order to get into prom.
The world's longest joke.
And now they're senior citizens and collecting retirement.
And finally, they get into prom, and they're there to enjoy. And they're there to enjoy it. And they decide that they're really thirsty, so they head over, and there's no punchline.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We'll never get that time back, people. We'll never get it back. That was a Hannaford joke?
No, that was Mike Notham. It was my boyfriend.
Different. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, man, those newfies have a weird sense of humor. I appreciate. No, it was funny.
Thank you. I think it's a good one. I think he normally adds in a few more things, so it's even longer.
Yeah,
and I'm
it
just
is
sitting
great
there like,
that it's like 5 minutes long.
yep. That's okay. We have the time. I figured it's a perfect
Yeah,
time
no,
to
we
tell
do.
that
Oh
joke.
my goodness.
I really hope he was listening. That's all I can say. What time is it there? You should be at work by now.
It might be. It depends on the commute, because that joke started about 40 minutes ago.
So it might have taken his whole commute and he missed it exactly. Let's see, what other weird jokes do I have? Or another riddle. I have one riddle, but I think that... Actually, I don't think anyone here knows it. Narelle knew it. Hey,
Do tell.
just a minute.
So it has to do with these 3 light switches.
Okay.
Is there a hole involved?
You can only look through the hole once.
What year is it?
It's 1942.
Because that matters. Okay. They had
And
electricity
there's
and
incandescent bulbs.
light bulbs. Perfect. I think I told all mine. I did the brothers, the light bulb. I did my engineering joke.
I appreciated that joke. That was a good joke.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, does anybody know the wolf, the goat, or the donkey, and the other joke? Brian, remember
The
that one
cabbage?
from Dan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do that
We
one?
did
I
that
don't
one.
remember how to say it, so I will not even
So-
attempt it.
It's the Cross a River one, right?
Did we
Yeah.
do that one?
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Scott figured it out.
Thank you.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
so we
Scott
did do this one. Yeah. We
What
did.
did the angry electron say when it was
Awesome.
repelled?
When it was what?
When
Towel
it was
Southwest.
repelled.
I was gonna write on it.
Are there guesses coming?
Wait.
Don't need a map.
Something about don't resist.
Oh, cool.
me. Resistance.
Let me add them.
Already been mapped. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I said this one. So what, or if people just know it, what has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening?
Isn't that one like one of the classic ones?
It's one of the classic ones, but I don't know if we've said it.
Huh.
It sounds familiar, but
I
I
know
don't
this
remember
one,
the
but I'm
answer.
not gonna say anything.
Well, if you know it, aren't you supposed to say the answer?
No.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
No, if you know it off the bat, you need to let new people try and figure it out.
Maybe Peyton's just that smart.
I feel like this one is really misleading.
It's really misleading.
It's not
But
a
if you think about it,
good
like,
riddle.
yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of riddles like that. Where they're...
Aren't riddles
It's
kind of
too,
supposed to be a
it's too
little misleading?
cryptic though. Like, I feel like it obscures its own meaning in a way that like,
Well, in The Hobbit, there's like